Like this is sin conexión. Ahí está.
There it is. Okay. Now we're talking. 1 second. Let me just double check.
Poner más acá.
Why is it like... Is it okay like that? ¿Está bien así?
Sí.
¿Segura?
Sí.
Okay. Let me check the audio. Hold on. Testing, testing. Hello, hello. Hello, everybody. Testing, testing. Hello. Perfect. Hello. Sorry about that. Got it. Okay. And this is just weird. It looks a little weird. Oops. Oops. Set. Okay, I don't know why it looks like that. But, I mean, do we just, like, start?
Sí.
Okay. Then let me take this off. Okay. Oh, we can't see the chat. Hold on. We can't see the chat. There's the chat in case somebody...
Okay.
I was like, what? Okay, so nobody's online right now, so it's... Okay, all good. Okay, it's fine. You don't want to move it?
Yes.
It's okay like
It's
that?
okay.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so then let's get ready. And... Ready?
Yes.
Okay.
Welcome.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Harry Potter Book Night 2022. This is the 7th edition and our first edition. I couldn't celebrate last year because, well, COVID kind of canceled all the plans. They moved it to like June or something, and in the end I kind of forgot. Did you celebrate Harry Potter Book Night last night?
I didn't. No.
No?
I
Yeah.
didn't know about this. This is my first contact with the book night.
Oh, okay. I did actually know. I found out last year, actually. But I mean, I thought it was a cool thing. And
yes, it is.
In case you guys don't know, every year on probably February 3rd or something, I don't know if it's the same day.
February 3rd.
3rd? Mm-hmm. So Bloomsbury, the original editorial that printed the Harry Potter books, celebrates and encourages everybody to join the celebration of Harry Potter Night with lots of events and cool things that we have planned for you. And well, this is thanks to Bloomsbury, of course. And well, I'm very excited for today.
Yes, me too.
we have lots of things.
Planned lots of entertainment.
Yeah, lots of entertainment. Yes. Lots of cool things for today. And we have our wands ready. Do you have your wand ready?
Yes, I have it.
Woohoo! We're going to be practicing spells. Just a little thing for you guys to know.
Something. I'm playing trivia.
Playing trivia. And Butterbeer! We have some Butterbeer! Yay! Should we start with that, or should we? I think we should start with the intro.
Yeah.
And then maybe we should pour some Butterbeer. I think.
I agree.
Okay. So here we go. This is the event kit that you can sign up for on Wizarding World, I believe. So we have Harry Potter Book Night, which, by the way, we're celebrating 25 years of Harry Potter magic. 25 years. That's a quarter of a century.
Yes. With the first book, Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone, and that's we are really celebrating.
Exactly. We're kind of like celebrating the original Harry Potter book, which is the Philosopher's Stone, in Great Britain, in the United States, Canada, etc., the Sorcerer's Stone, which is really weird. Why would they change like a very important part of the title? Yeah, it's strange.
And in this edition, we are going to talk about magical journeys.
Magical journeys, that's right. Every Harry Potter book night has kind of like a theme, and this year's theme is magical journeys. So we're going to go ahead and start reading Bloomsbury's original kind of dedication to this event. Should I read it, or do you want to read it?
Do it.
Do it. Okay, so this is by Bloomsbury, by the way. It's right here in the event kit. So it says, "Welcome. We're delighted that you're taking part in our eighth, not 7th, eighth annual Harry Potter book night, celebrating the 25th anniversary of Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone. This year's theme is magical journeys. Super magical. Witches, wizards, and muggles from around the world are invited to embark on a magical journey on their own, enjoying all kinds of enchanting games, spellbinding crafts, and bewitching activities along the way.
Yes.
Wands at the ready, the magic starts here.
Yoo-hoo!
Woohoo! The team at Bloomsbury. Okay, so we're going to be using some things from the event kit, such as for the trivia. We're going to be playing with 2 or 3 different modalities, I think.
Yes.
Like 3 different ones? Yep. Okay. But before we start, which, by the way, we have to kind of like go all the way down, because in case you're interested in hosting your own Harry Potter event, your Harry Potter book night, they have lots of suggestions in terms of costumes, activities, food and drinks, decorations, etc. And well, the first kind of like 2/3 of this event kit is about that.
Yes.
So,
And because this event is about magical journeys,
Mhm.
our first trivia will be about a magical mode of travel.
Exactly. But before we do that, let's celebrate with a little bit of butterbeer.
Yes,
Let's just
let's
put
do
this
it.
right here. Oh, maybe you want to pour that here. We have a butterbeer mug. Ah, yes, butterbeer. This is for you.
Thank you.
Oh, oh, I can't
What
open.
a delicious drink.
It smells really good too. It smells like butterscotch. But you know what? I prefer the frozen one. That's my favorite one, the frozen one.
I like this one. It's
The
so
normal one.
refreshing. Yes.
And I like the foam. You know, at the parks they put
Yes,
the
yeah,
foam.
mhm.
Oh, I love the foam.
Wow. Thank you.
Ah, so good. Recommended, guys. Butterbeer. So good. I'm just gonna leave it here for like throughout
Okay.
the event. Okay, so this is our first event of the night. It's a trivia, like you said, about magical transportation methods. Unfortunately, due to technical problems,
Issues.
yeah, I was gonna share the screen for you guys to see clearly what we were talking about. But yeah, technical issues. Sorry. Anyway, we're just going to read them for you. The way we're going to do this is we have a matching activity. We have on the right some descriptions. Let's just put it like, maybe you can do like a close-up, a little bit closer. You can look it up here. On the right side, no, left side, to your right, to your left, to your right, to your left. to your left, you have some descriptions of magical transportation types. To the right, we have some options of magical transportation types. So we have to match the ones on the right with the ones on the left. Okay, so we're just going to read one by one out loud. You guys can tell us what you think it is, and we will be answering using these ones over here. Okay, so you can kind of, yeah, you can see. That's fine. You can.
Okay.
Okay, so Gryffindor for you.
Let's do it. Yes.
Slytherin for me. I need a pen. Okay. Let's do it. Should we read one and one, one and one, one and one?
Yes.
Okay. It's 16, so let's go. Number 1.
Costs 11 sickles from Magnolia Crescent to London.
Okay. Hold on. I'm writing.
Yes.
Okay. Number 2. The workers' entrance to the Ministry of Magic.
Okay.
Okay.
Professor McGonagall confiscates this broomstick from Harry in his 3rd year.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
1 second. Got it. Oh, my turn. Sorry. Okay. How Harry, Ron, Ginny, and Professor Lockhart exit the Chamber of Secrets.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Comes to Harry's rescue when he's confronted by Professor Quirrell in the Forbidden Forest.
Ooh. Uh-huh. Got it. Let me know so that I can read the next one.
Yeah.
Ready? Okay. The visitor's entrance to the Ministry of Magic. One second. Uh-huh. Got it.
A Muggle invention that's been enchanted by Mr. Weasley. Oh, this is my favorite.
You gave it away. Okay. My turn. Okay. Number 8. Ron is rewarded with this broomstick when he's made prefect.
Oh.
Uh-huh.
Next. This creature was trapped beneath Gringotts and fought its way out while carrying Harry, Ron, and Hermione on its back.
Okay. Okay, number 10, right?
Number 10.
Hagrid brought this magical creature to his first ever Care of Magical Creatures class. Okay.
Lucius Malfoy buys this broomstick for each member of the Slytherin Quidditch team in Draco's second year. This one. I think this is this one.
Okay. 12. I have barely space left. Okay. Invisible to everyone but those who have seen death. I'm going to start to write a little bit smaller.
Yes.
Okay.
Professor Umbridge monitors this method of transport in Harry's 5th year.
Okay. What? Oh my god. 1 second. Okay. I suppose. Okay, 14. Harry's first ever broomstick.
Next, a discreet way to travel to the Quidditch World Cup.
Hold on, I don't have any space. I have to write up here. 15. A discreet way to
Quidditch.
A discreet way to travel to the Quidditch World Cup. Ah, okay. Got it. And the last one. Once a common method of family transport until it was banned. Wow. Okay. I think I have them all. Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay. And we need to look for the answers, right? So
yes.
Let me go to page 32, I think.
Yes.
32. Okay.
I think I got it.
I think I got it too. Okay, we're going to read them at the same time, okay? Wait. And then I check, okay? Okay. So the first one should you can read it again and we'll say the answer once again.
Is costs 11 sickles from Magnolia Crescent to London.
The night bus. Very good. Night bus, correct.
The workers' entrance to the Ministry of Magic. A
Toilet. Yeah, correct.
Professor McGonagall confiscates this broomstick from Harry in his 3rd year.
Firebolt.
A firebolt.
Yeah, correct.
How Harry, Ron, Ginny, and Professor Lockhart exit the Chamber of Secrets. Fox.
Phoenix, I put.
Okay.
Yeah, Fox the
Okay,
Phoenix, exactly.
okay.
Phoenix.
Comes to Harry's rescue when he's confronted by Professor Quirrell in the Forbidden Forest.
A centaur.
Center.
Uh-huh. 5 down, okay.
The visitor's entrance to the Ministry of Magic.
Telephone box. Uh-huh.
Telephone. Okay.
Yeah, because you have the answers right here, so.
Yes,
uh-huh.
yes.
Telephone box, okay. Phone box.
A Muggle invention that's being enchanted by Mr. Weasley. The
Flying Fort Anglia.
Ron is rewarded with this broomstick when he was made prefect. I don't remember the name, but I think it's this one.
Clean Sweep 11.
Okay.
Clean
Okay,
Sweep
Clean
11.
Sweep 11. This creature was trapped beneath Gringotts and fought its way out while carrying Harry, Ron, and Hermione on its back.
Ukrainian Iron Belly Dragon.
Yes, that's it.
Okay.
Harry brought his magical creature for his first ever Care of Magic Creature class.
Hippogriff.
Hippogriff.
Correct.
Lucius Malfoy buys this broomstick for each member of the Slytherin Quidditch team in Draco's second year.
Nimbus 2001.
Invisible to everyone but those who have seen death.
Thestrals.
Professor Umbridge monitors this method of transport in Harry's 5th year, the
Flu Network.
Harry's first ever broomstick,
Nimbus 2000.
A discreet way to travel to the Quidditch World Cup, the
Porky.
And once a common method of family transfer until it was banned, the
Flying carpet. Yay!
We hope you got it too.
Here are the answers. They're all correct. Let me see if, hold on. Yep. Okay, awesome. 100 points for your what? Ravenclaw?
Yes, I'm wearing Ravenclaw. I'm very, I don't have decision if I belongs to Gryffindor or to Ravenclaw.
Oh.
Because I like Gryffindor a lot, but I love the blue color.
Oh.
So I don't know exactly what to do with my life.
I'm clearly a Slytherin. Clearly.
From the very first moment, I know.
So 100 points for Gryffindor. Gryffindor. And 100 points for Slytherin.
Yes.
Okay, awesome. So that was the first thing. What's next for us today?
Well, talking about method of transportation, what is your favorite? Which one is your favorite, and how it works?
Oh, yeah. Okay, so there are so many. There's so many. Literally, we were talking yesterday about all the possibilities, and it was so hard to choose. Well, it was really easy for you, but for me, it was like, I don't know. So I think, let me find a picture here to show you guys. My favorite magical transportation method has to be Hagrid's motorbike, which is actually Sirius Black's motorbike.
Yes.
For those of you who don't know, the motorbike, which is right here, I'll just show you a picture. This one right here. It's kind of like an antique motorbike that Hagrid rides. It's the motorbike that he used to carry Harry when he was a baby, right after Voldemort attacked and killed his parents, to transport him to 4 Privet Drive with his family. It's the motorcycle that Sirius Black gave to Hagrid in that case, and it's a motorbike that Sirius found that he kind of like got when he left his family home. So it's kind of like a sign of independence also, and it's a sign of his proficiency enchanting an object, which has to do with yours, by the way, because if you think about it, both are enchanted Muggle objects.
Yes.
So it's really cool. Another reason why I love this one is because of the attraction at Universal Studios, which opened, I think, 3 or 4 years ago, Hagrid's Motorbike Adventure with the Magical Creatures. You haven't ridden it.
No.
but it is so, I mean, it's just so good. I mean, it has a perfect mix of storytelling with the magical creatures and of thrill, because it's super fast, it's super thrilling. It has no like flips or anything, but it's so fast and so amazing. It's such a cool roller coaster, and
I
let
want to
yeah,
ride it.
it's really really good. I have a little picture for you guys here. Hagrid's Magical Creatures Motorbike Adventure right here. You can see lots of magical creatures, which, by the way, we're going to be talking about magical creatures in a while. This one, in case you guys don't know.
Perfect.
Yeah, and it's really cool. So I love that bike. So what is your favorite magical transportation?
Well, I think I gave you a clue in the previous trivia. My favorite object for transportation is the flying for Anglia. Of course, because it's blue. No, that's not the reason.
That's extra.
But I really like the way that for Anglia can fly, and especially this button of invisibility booster.
Yeah.
It's so amazing, and it's an object enchanted by Mr. Weasley, because he collects all kind of things from muggles, and it has a big capacity for 8 people, 6 trunks. Yes.
Wow,
it
I
was
didn't know that.
designed for a lot of space, and in the movie, it was used 3 times, I think, 4 times, no, 3. The first when Fred and George with Ron rescue Harry in the private street,
From Privet Drive.
taking out the window.
Yeah.
That's
super fun.
yes. And then when they travel to Hogwarts, because Dobby closed the platform for the
I remember, yeah.
for the Hogwarts train, and they had to run to Hogwarts in the For Anglia. And that episode was very fun because Muggles saw the car, so they have to use the invisibility booster,
But yeah.
and it caused a lot of problems.
And that's why Ron ended up getting a howler, because his
yes.
mom kind of like, Ronald
That's
Weasley!
it. And the last time we saw the For Anglia was when the car, because it has his own mind,
yeah.
rescue them from the cave where the
From the one
Aragog,
from Aragog.
yeah.
Yeah, that's right, from Aragog.
And I love this car. It's my
it's so
favorite.
cool. It's so cool. And I wonder what happened to that car? Did it stay in the forest or something?
No, I read that the forest convert the car in a mad car. That
it went crazy.
Yes, the car went crazy and was lost in the forest.
Oh, it's pretty sad.
Yes.
Poor car.
Yes.
I wonder if Mr. Weasley converted another car, or if he had like too much trauma to kind of try again.
Maybe.
Well, anyway, that was pretty cool. Yeah, so the Fort Anglia is really, really nice. And it's also, well, it's not anymore, I think, but it used to be in the queue of what was before Hagrid's Motorbike Adventure, which was Dragon Challenge. Challenge.
I saw
You could
the
see it.
real For Anglia in London in the Harry Potter studio. It's a big car. It's hanging from the ceiling.
Okay.
And you can stay. I was like 1 hour looking every detail.
It's like, okay, I want to remember this car.
Yes.
Okay. Oh, that's really cool. And before we move on to the other one about the other attractions, something that is really cool is that every single attraction at the Wizarding World of Harry Potter and Universal is a type of magical transportation.
Yes, it's right. Because we have the brooms.
The brooms in the what's the name of the attraction? I forgot.
Harry Potter.
The Escape from no.
It's not
Why?
Escape from Azkaban.
No, Escape from Gringotts is the one that you use the cars to
Yes,
move around
yes.
Gringotts, which are super
That's
crazy.
true.
Which is one type of transportation. The one with the brooms that you're supposedly riding a broom is the Forbidden Journey. That's the name, the
That's
Forbidden
the
Journey.
name.
Which you use these cars. Wait, backwards. These cars.
Mhm.
Well, then they're not cars. They're like chairs, flying chairs.
More or less.
I just saw the mechanism and it's like an arm and this is the chair and it moves you like that and I didn't know and it makes sense. But it's like you're flying on a broomstick. So yeah, that's right. You have Hagrid's Motorbike Adventure, you have the Gringotts one, and you have Flight of the Hippogriff, which is a small roller coaster with a kind of like a wooden or like something wicker, like a wicker hold on, hippogriff. There we go. So you see it's like you're flying on top of the hippogriff.
I haven't tried this one.
It's really small. This used to be the unicorn one when what's the name? Harry Potter land was like medieval land with dueling dragons. It was the unicorn one.
Okay.
It's really small. It's like for kids. But since we hadn't never ever ridden it, we said, oh, let's just go on it. And it was fun, but I mean, not like the other ones. But yeah, also a hippogriff, another type of transportation. Okay.
And have you ever thought that moving with the invisibility cloak, it's a kind of transportation, magic transportation?
It's like, I don't know if it's a transportation per se, but it's like an accessory for transportation.
Yes, that's true.
Because, I mean, it doesn't move you from one place to another, but it helps you move.
Yes.
It's like the Marauders map. The Marauders map helps you move, but it's not that it takes you.
Yes.
Exactly. So, yeah, we got that down. Okay, I think we're done with this. So, it's time for what?
Reading.
It's time for reading. Awesome. Okay, so
we are going to read things related with magic travels.
With magic, yeah. Hold on, let me.
In this first case, we'll be reading the fourth book.
Portkey. Oh, book number 4.
This one.
Yeah.
Yes. In chapter 6.
Which is called?
The Portkey.
The Portkey. Chapter 6, The Portkey from Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire. Book number 4. 4. Okay.
My favorite book and movie.
It is one of the best. Yeah, it is one of the best. That's right. Okay, so we're going to be reading. If you have the book, feel free to read along or just listen or, fall asleep. I don't know. Whatever. Hold on. I need a little sip.
Yes, me too.
Okay.
Delicious.
Okay, let's go. Oh, do I leave that there? Yeah, no,
yes.
let's leave it, whatever. Okay. Chapter 6, The Portkey. Harry felt as though he had barely lain down to sleep in Ron's room when he was being shaken awake by Mrs. Weasley.
Time to go, Harry, dear,
she whispered, moving away to wake Ron. Harry felt around for his glasses, put them on, and sat up. It was still dark outside. Ron muttered indistinctly as his mother roused him. At the foot of Harry's mattress, he saw 2 large, disheveled shapes emerging from tangles of blankets.
It's time already?
Said Fred groggily. They dressed in silence, too sleepy to talk. Then, yawning and stretching, the 4 of them headed downstairs into the kitchen. Mrs. Weasley was stirring the contents of a large pot on the stove, while Mr. Weasley was sitting at the table, checking a sheaf of large parchment tickets. He looked up as the boys entered and spread his arms so that they could see his clothes more clearly. He was wearing what appeared to be a golfing sweater and a very old pair of jeans, slightly too big for him and held up with a thick leather belt. "What do you think?" he asked anxiously. We're supposed to go incognito. Do I look like a muggle, Harry? Yeah, said Harry, smiling. Very good.
Where are Billy and Charlie and Percy?
Said George, failing to stifle a huge yawn.
Well, they are apparating, aren't they?
Said Mrs. Weasley, heaving the large pot over to the table and starting to ladle porridge into bowls.
So they can have a bit of lying.
Harry knew that apparating meant disappearing from one place and reappearing almost instantly in another, but had never known any Hogwarts student to do it, and understood that it was very difficult.
So they are still in bed?
Said Fred grumpily, pulling his bowl of porridge towards him.
Why can't we apparate too? Because you're not of age and you haven't passed your test.
Snapped Mrs. Weasley.
And where have those girls got to?
She bustled out of the kitchen and they heard her climbing the stairs. You have to pass a test to apparate? Harry asked. Oh, yes, said Mr. Weasley, tucking the tickets safely into the back pocket of his jeans. The Department of Magical Transportation had to fine a couple of people the other day for apparating without a license. It's not easy, apparition, and when it's not done properly it can lead to nasty complications. This pair I'm talking about went and splinged themselves. Everyone around the table except Harry winced. Splinged? Said Harry. They left half of themselves behind, said Mr. Weasley, now spooning large amounts of treacle onto his porridge. So, of course, they were stuck. Couldn't move either way. Had to wait for the accidental magic reversal squad to sort them out. Meant a fair old bit of paperwork, I can tell you. What with the muggles, who spotted the body parts they'd left behind. Harry had a sudden vision of a pair of legs and an eyeball lying abandoned on the pavement of Privet Drive. Were they okay? He asked, startled. Oh, yes, said Mr. Weasley matter-of-factly, but they got a heavy fine, and I don't think they'll be trying it again in a hurry. You don't mess around with apparition. There are plenty of adult wizards who don't bother with it. Prefer brooms. Slower, but safer. But Bill and Charlie and Percy can all do it?
Charlie had to take the test twice,
said Fred, grinning.
He fell the first time, apparated 5 miles south of where he meant to, right on top of some poor old dear doing her shopping, remember? Yes. Well, he passed the second time,
said Mrs. Weasley, marching back into the kitchen amid hearty sniggers.
Percy only passed 2 weeks ago,
said George.
He's been apparating downstairs every morning since, just to prove he can.
There were footsteps down the passageway, and Hermione and Ginny came into the kitchen, both looking pale and drowsy.
Why do we have to keep up so early?
Ginny said, rubbing her eyes and sitting down at the table. We've got a bit of a walk, said Mr. Weasley. Walk? Said Harry. What? Are we walking to the World Cup? No, that's miles away, said Mr. Weasley, smiling. We only need to walk a short way. It's just that it's very difficult for a large number of wizards to congregate without attracting Muggle attention. We have to be very careful about how we travel at the best times, and on a huge occasion like the Quidditch World Cup.
George,
said Mrs. Weasley sharply, and they all jumped.
What?
Said George in an innocent tone that deceived nobody.
What is that in your pocket? Nothing. Don't you lie to me.
Mrs. Weasley pointed her wand at George's pocket and said,
Accio!
Several small brightly colored objects zoom out of George's pocket. He made a grab for them but missed, and they sped right into Mrs. Weasley's outstretched hand.
We told you to destroy them,
said Mrs. Weasley furiously, holding up what were unmistakably more Tauntaun toffees.
We told to get rid of the lot. Empty your pockets. Go on, both of you.
It was an unpleasant scene. The twins had evidently been trying to smuggle as many toffees out of the house as possible, and it was only by using her summoning charm that Mrs. Weasley managed to find them all.
Accio! Accio! Accio!
She shouted, and toffees zoomed from all sorts of unlike places, including the lining of George's jacket and the turn-ups of Fred's jeans.
We spent 6 months developing those,
Fred shouted at his mother as she threw the toffees away.
Oh, a fine way to spend 6 months.
She shrieked.
No wonder you didn't get more owls.
All in all, the atmosphere was not friendly as they took their departure. Mrs. Weasley was still glowering as she kissed Mr. Weasley on the cheek, though not clearly as much as the twins, who had each hoisted their rucksacks onto their backs and walked out without a word to her.
Well, have a lovely time,
said Mrs. Weasley.
And behave yourselves.
She called after the twins' retreating backs, but they did not look back or answer.
I'll send Bean, Charlie, and Percy along around midday,
Mrs. Weasley said to Mr. Weasley, as he, Harry, Ron, Hermione, and Ginny set off across the dark yard after Fred and George. It was chilly, and the moon was still out. Only a dull greenish tinge along the horizon to their right showed the daybreak was drawing closer. Harry, having been thinking about thousands of wizards speeding towards the Quidditch World Cup, sped up to walk with Mr. Weasley. So how does everyone get without all the muggle noticing? He asked. It's been a massive organizational problem, sighed Mr. Weasley. The trouble is, about 100,000 wizards turn up at the World Cup, and of course, we just haven't got a magical site big enough to accommodate them all. There are places muggles can't penetrate, but imagine trying to pack 100,000 wizards into Diagon Alley or Platform 9 3/4. So we had to find a nice deserted moor and set up as many anti-muggle precautions as possible. The whole ministry's been working on it for months. First, of course, we have to stagger the arrivals. People with cheaper tickets have to arrive 2 weeks beforehand. A limited number use Muggle transport, but we can't have too many clogging up their buses and trains. Remember, wizards are coming from all over the world. Some apparate, of course, but we have to set up safe points for them to appear. Well away from Muggles. I believe there's a handy wood they're using as apparition point. For those who don't want to apparate, or can't, we use portkeys. They're objects that are used to transport wizards from one spot to another at a prearranged time. You can do large groups at a time if you need to. There have been 200 portkeys placed at strategic points around Britain, and the nearest one to us is up at the top of Stowstead Hill, so that's where we're headed. Mr. Weasley pointed ahead of them, where a large black mass rose beyond the village of Otteries and Catchpole. What sort of objects are portkeys? Said Harry cautiously. Well, they can be anything, said Mr. Weasley. Unobtrusive things, obviously, so muggles don't go picking them up and playing with them. Stuff they'll just think is litter. They trudged down the dank lane toward the village, the silence broken only by their footsteps. The sky lightened very slowly as they made their way through the village, its inky blackness diluting to deepest blue. Harry's hands and feet were freezing. Mr. Weasley kept checking his watch. They didn't have breath to spare for talking as they began climb Stowstead Hill, stumbling occasionally in hidden rabbit holes, slipping on thick-backed tuffets of grass. Each breath Harry took was sharp in his chest, and his legs were starting to seize up when at last his feet found level ground. Whew! Panted Mr. Weasley, taking off his glasses and wiping them on his sweater. Well, we've made good time. We've got 10 minutes. Hermione came over the crest of the hill last, clutching a stitch on her side. Now we just need the portkey, said Mr. Weasley, replacing his glasses and squinting around at the ground. It won't be big. Come on. They spread out, searching. They had only been at it for a couple of minutes, however, when a shout rent the still air.
Over here, Arthur! Over here, son! We've got it!
2 tall figures were silhouetted against a starry sky on the other side of the hilltop. Amos! Said Mr. Weasley, smiling as he strode over to the man who had shouted. The rest of them followed. Mr. Weasley was shaking hands with a ruddy-faced wizard with a scrubby brown beard, who was holding a moldy-looking old boot in his other hand. This is Amos Diggory, everyone, said Mr. Weasley. He works for the Department of the Regulation and Control of Magical Creatures, and I think you know his son, Cedric. Cedric Diggory was an extremely handsome boy of around 17. He was captain and seeker of the Hufflepuff House Quidditch team at Hogwarts.
Hi,
said Cedric, looking around at all of them. Everybody said hi, except Fred and George, who merely nodded. They had never quite forgiven Cedric for beating their team Gryffindor in the first Quidditch match of the previous year.
Long walk, Arthur,
Cedric's father asked. Not too bad, said Mr. Weasley. We live just on the other side of the village there. You?
Had to get up at 2, didn't we, Seth? I tell you, I'll be glad when he's got his apparition test. Still not complaining, Quidditch World Cup. Wouldn't miss it for a sackful of galleons. And the tickets cost about that. Mind you, looks like I got off easy.
Amos Diggory peered good-naturedly around at the 3 Weasley boys, Harry, Hermione, and Ginny.
All these yours, Arthur?
Oh no, only the redheads, said Mr. Weasley, pointing out his children. This is Hermione, friend of Ron's, and Harry, another friend.
Merlin's bird,
said Amos Diggory, his eyes widening.
Harry? Harry Potter?
Yep, said Harry. Harry was used to people looking curiously at him when they met him, used to the way their eyes moved at once to the lightning scar on his forehead, but it always made him feel uncomfortable.
Let's talk about you, of course,
said Amos Diggory.
Told us about playing against you last year. I said to him, Seth, that'll be something to tell your grandchildren. That will you beat Harry Potter.
Harry couldn't think of any reply to this, so he remained silent. Fred and George were both scowling again. Cedric looked slightly embarrassed.
Harry fell off his broom, Dad. I told you it was an accident. Yes, but you didn't fall off, did you?
Roared Amos genially, slapping his son on the back.
Always modest, our Seth. Always the gentleman. But the best man won. I'm sure Harry'd say the same. Wouldn't you? One falls off his broom, one stays on. You don't need to be a genius to tell which one's the best flyer.
Must be nearly time, said Mr. Weasley, quickly pulling out his watch again. Do you know whether we're waiting for any more, Amos?
No, the Lovegoods have been there for a week already, and the Fawcetts couldn't get tickets,
said Mr. Diggory.
There aren't any more of us in this area, are there?
Not that I know of, said Mr. Weasley. Yes, it's a minute off. We'd better get ready. He looked around at Harry and Hermione. You just need to touch the portkey, that's all. A finger will do. With difficulty, owing to their bulky backpacks, the 9 of them crowded around the old boot held out by Amos Diggory. They all stood there in a tight circle as a chill breeze swept over the hilltop. Nobody spoke. It suddenly occurred to Harry how odd this would look if a muggle were to walk up here now. 9 people, 2 of them grown men, clutching this manky old boot in the semi-darkness, waiting. 3, muttered Mr. Weasley, one eye still in his watch. 2, 1. It happened immediately. Harry felt as though a hook just behind his navel had been suddenly jerked irresistibly forward. His feet left the ground. He could feel Ron and Hermione on either side of him, their shoulders banging into his. They were all speeding forward in a howl of wind and swirling color. His forefinger was stuck to the boot as though it was pulling him magnetically onward, and then his feet slammed into the ground. Ron staggered into him, and he fell over. The portkey hit the ground near his head with a heavy thud. Harry looked up. Mr. Weasley, Mr. Diggory, and Cedric were still standing, though looking very windswept. Everybody else was on the ground.
5:07 from Stowstead Hill,
said a voice.
And that's it.
That's how they traveled for the first time using a portkey, a smelly old boot.
Yes. What do you think one of these objects could serve as a portkey?
As a portkey? Well, portkeys are supposed to look like regular muggle objects, so maybe this pen? I don't know. Could be a pen.
Or maybe this sense clock.
I don't know. That looks a little suspicious, don't you think? That's really strange.
Maybe. Well, I hope you enjoy the reading of this chapter.
Yeah. And let's see what's else over here. I think it's time for another trivia.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, we have someone in the chat. Hello. Oh, do you think it's time for the
Yes.
sorting
for the
ceremony?
yes.
Yeah, let's go ahead and do it. So we need the sorting hat. You have to click on it. 1 second. Let's put Pickett here. Okay, so it's time for the sorting ceremony. I forgot to. Technical difficulties.
We have to turn this on.
No, he's alive. Ready. Okay, now we're ready.
For
Okay.
you.
For you, sorting ceremony to see which house you belong to, unless you already know. And hopefully it's the same one that you think you belong in. Okay.
There's nothing hidden in your head the sorting hat can't see. So try me on and I will tell you where you ought to be. Ravenclaw!
Oh,
Yay!
Ravenclaw.
Ravenclaw!
My same house for today.
Hufflepuff!
Oh no, it's not.
Ravenheart, daring, better be Gryffindor!
Oh, Gryffindor, not Ravenclaw.
Yeah.
Gryffindor, congratulations.
Better for you.
Yeah, I thought he was saying Ravenclaw. He was just naming the houses. Oops. Okay, congratulations. You're on Gryffindor.
Yeah.
Excellent. Let's just leave him there. And Pickett can, yeah, let's just put it right back there. You okay, buddy?
Well, we are going to make our next trivia, and it's about quotes.
Quotes. Oh, quotes. Character quotes. Let's see if you guys can participate in this one.
Here.
What page is it?
27.
Oh, I'm on the answers, but I didn't see them. Don't worry.
I will ask you because you know all about Harry Potter,
What?
and
Mm-hmm.
you will answer, and I'll tell you if this is.
Ah, okay. So,
Okay, you have it?
yeah, I do. Hold on, let's share it. Again, it's a matching exercise. We have quotes on the left, people on the right.
They are just 10, so it
10
will
quotes.
be quickly.
Okay.
Who-
You guys can guess also. So listen and tell us who do you think said the quote. And the options are, she's going to read the quote. So the options are Hagrid, Ron Weasley, George Weasley, Cedric Diggory, Hermione Granger, Mrs. Weasley, Wilkie Twycross, Draco Malfoy, Luna Lovegood, and Professor Lockhart.
Yes. So, let's do the first. We can fly the car to Hogwarts.
Ron Weasley.
Yes,
Okay.
in the Flying Anglia. For
In
Anglia.
the Flying Fort Anglia, exactly.
Has anyone seen a Todd? Neville's lost one.
Hermione?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Woohoo.
Good, very good. Next. I bet you're not dangerous at all, are you? Are you, Wally Great Brute?
Draco Malfoy.
Yes, the only one that
Ah.
speaks like that.
That he told that to Buckbeak, which is
Yes.
when he kind of kicked him. Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, next. It's all right. You're not going mad or anything. I can see them too.
Luna Lovegood.
Yes,
Mhm.
when the Thestrals.
The Thestrals.
appear.
Yeah, Harry sees the Thestrals and he's like, "Can you not see this?" And everybody's like, "Are you crazy? There's nothing there." Yeah, Thestrals. Hi.
Okay, number 5. All you have to do is walk straight at the barrier between platforms 9 and 10. Don't stop and don't be scared. You'll crash into it. That's very important. Best do it at a bit of a run if you're nervous.
That was Mrs. Weasley.
Yes, Molly,
Mo-
the best advice.
Motherly advice.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Next, amazing, amazing. This is just like magic.
Amazing, amazing. This is just. Oh, Professor Lockhart
Yes,
when he went
when
crazy.
He went crazy. Yes.
Yeah, he's flying and
He lost his mind.
amazing,
Yeah.
just like magic. And it's like, shut up.
Okay. Next, splinching or the separation of random body parts occurs when the mind is insufficiently determined. You must concentrate continually upon your destination and move without haste, but with deliberation.
Okay, that's Wilkie Twycross, which is the professor that tells them that to apparate you have to be you have to have determination, destination, and deliberation.
Yes.
Those three things.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Wilkie, yes.
Wilkie Twycross. Mm-hmm.
Next, stalagmites got an M in it. And don't ask me questions just now. I think I'm gonna be sick.
Hagrid?
Yes, that's in the.
That's how he talks, like cutting words halfway through, like, and don't ask me questions. I'm in it. Something like that.
Next, Mooney, Wormtail, Padfoot, and Prongs. We love them so much.
That was George Weasley. Yes?
I think yes.
Yes, okay.
That's correct.
George Weasley. Mm-hmm.
And the last one, did anyone tell you the cup was a portkey?
That's Cedric Diggory.
Yes.
When they
When they
touch
were in
the
yes.
Triwizard Cup and it transports them, and then he dies.
Yes.
One of his famous last words.
Well.
So I got them all right.
I knew that you will divinate everything.
Okay. Yeah, I guessed them all. Yeah, that's right.
Yes.
That's right. Okay, nice. That's really nice.
And talking about quotes and spells and all that, let's practice some charms and spells.
Yeah, let's practice some charms and spells, of course. I have a little chart here. I don't know if it's going to be useful. Oh, but we have a book. We have our
Yes,
spell book. Yeah,
that's
you're
true.
right.
Our spells. book.
Yeah, because we have this, but we have a spell book, which is even better. Yeah, let's use the spell book. Okay, let's do it.
Okay. So, which one we must start with?
We should start with...
Take your one. And let's see. Let's try Lumos.
Okay,
Show the movement for Lumos.
let's learn. No, I think it's right here. Hijkl. Okay.
Lumos.
What is Lumos for? Lumos.
To light.
To light the tip of the wand. The tip of the wand. But I think it also lights things up,
Things.
right? Like
I
if
think
something
too.
has light, like a ring light or something, you can go Lumos in. Okay. And what's the movement? Okay, so the movement is like this. So, Lumos. Right? Okay.
Then we have Nox.
Mm-hmm.
And it's here.
Lumos. Lumos.
Lumos.
Mm-hmm. Okay, if that one turns lights on, or the tip on, Nox turns it off, right? To extinguish a one lit by Lumos. So they are like day and night, pretty much. Okay, and we're gonna do Nox. So it's like a shark fin. It's Nox. Nox.
That's it.
Okay, got it. What's next? We should do Wingardium Leviosa.
This is one of the famous.
Swish and flick.
Yes. Swish and flick.
Here we go. What is Wingardium Leviosa for?
Is to make an object levitate.
Okay, so exactly Leviosa, like levitate.
And
so,
it's swish and flick.
Swish and flick. Wingardium Leviosa. Wingardium Leviosa. Wingardium Leviosa.
And it's very important to do the correct cadency.
Okay.
Wingardium Leviosa. No, it's wrong. Wingardium Leviosa.
Yeah, it's really important to go Wingardium Leviosa. Wingardium Leviosa.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, this is floating. Come back.
Now let's do the alohomora.
Oh, let's practice alohomora. Yeah, that's right. Alohomora. I think it's right here. Hold on. No?
Aguamenti.
Alohomora. What is alohomora for?
It is to unlock doors and windows and actually
other
locks.
things. Yeah, objects and things that are locked. You can use them to use this charm to unlock them. Okay, so alohomora, also known as the thief's friend, the invention of this charm offered a much subtler way to open doors than the likes of aberto and open sesame. Oh, aberto is the one that's like aberto and the door just bangs open.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Open sesame, that's an antique one. Wow.
Yes.
Okay, so for alohomora, you have to do a whole circle and then down. So alohomora. Alohomora. Exactly.
Perfect.
So let's, do we have anything close? Like here, for example. Alohomora. Ah, great. Oh, I don't think they can see it because...
No, it's too low. Okay.
I don't have anything to open here.
Let's practice next. Expelliarmus.
Alohomora. Alohomora.
Expelliarmus. That's a very good one.
Mm-hmm.
Because you use it to disarm your opponent in a duel.
Exactly. So the wand kind of like flies away.
Yes.
Okay. So the movement.
It's very important.
It's like a spiral. It goes like this.
And this.
And then up.
For this and
Backwards. Yeah, like this.
and this.
But you're doing it backwards. Oh, you're doing it for them to see how to do it. Okay. Yeah, I mean, if you're like this, it's like...
Exactly.
But then if you're to the front, which is backwards, same with the other ones. I mean, alohomora is like this, starting here. This is your hand.
Yes. And you have to do it quickly.
Ah, very important.
Because you are in a duel and you cannot wait to your opponent to do it while you are thinking.
Yeah. Okay. So fast. Okay, let's try. Expelliarmus. Expelliarmus. It's hard. It's hard. It's the most difficult one. Expelliarmus. Wait, but imagine it's like a duel, like. Okay.
1, 2, 3. Expelliarmus.
Oh no! It worked.
It
worked. It worked. Oh. I need to work on doing it faster. I think too much. Expelliarmus.
Yes,
Got it.
It's quick.
Okay.
And let's practice the last one. That is
Revelio.
Revelio.
Revelio's right here.
Okay. Revelio is used to reveal a person or objects through appearance and make the invisible visible. But it can be also messages or things that are camouflaged like this. And the movement...
It's an R.
It's an R.
Revelio.
That's nice.
We're going to use Revelio for...
No íbamos a...
Oh, yeah.
We have something that we can practice for real.
It's not connected. Wait. It's a golden snitch, but I think. Hold on.
Oh,
1 second.
it's something fun.
Surprise, surprise. Surprise, surprise. Surprise, surprise. Okay.
Let's practice the first spell that was Lumos.
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 What was the movement for Lumos?
I forgot.
I forgot too. Was it like this? No.
It
Ah,
was like
Lumos.
this. Uh-huh.
Lumos.
Mhm.
Okay, you try.
Lumos. Oh no,
Lumos.
I am a very bad man.
Oh no, I don't think it's working. Lumos. Lumos.
Well,
Aw, I don't think it's working. Lumos. Lumos.
well,
Aw.
but this one will work. The Revelio.
Are you
Because-
sure?
We are going to make a trivia with unscrambled letters,
Ah.
and maybe the Revelio charm will help us.
Yeah, we can use Revelio to reveal the trivia. Okay,
In the guide, we will go to page 23.
page
If
23.
you have the guide, you can.
Page 23. Got it. I'm going to try to put it a little bit bigger so that they can see it too. Uh-huh, got it.
If you guess the word, you can.
So we must unscramble or reveal these over here.
There are 8. Some of them are very easy, like the 6.
No, but let's do them in order. Let's do
Yes,
them in
I
order.
know, but I'm just talking
Mm-hmm.
because I saw where like quickly, and the 6 came to me immediately.
Ah, okay, but I'm stuck with the first one. That's not a good
Yes?
start. Like, what is this?
Wow. The last word is office, I think. Office.
Office.
Yes,
Office.
office.
Office. Mm-hmm.
But the second one, wow.
Professor Umbridge's office.
Oh, you are good.
Professor Umbridge's office. Got it.
Okay.
Once again. Professor Umbridge's office, number 1. Number 2.
Number 2.
Gryffindor common room.
Why are you so fast?
I don't know. I saw this one and thought common, and then I said common room.
Wow.
Gryffindor common room.
Well, I got the third.
Okay.
Ministry of Magic.
Ministry of Magic. Number 3, Ministry of Magic. Yes. Number 4. Wow. Wow. What is this?
Wow.
Let me show you guys to see if you can find number 4. I'm having trouble with number 4.
I have it.
What is it?
Diagon Alley.
Ah, too easy, too easy. Diagon Alley. There you go. Number 5.
And is the middle word.
Yeah, obviously.
And ooh. One of the stores in the Diagon Alley.
Probably.
It's
Borgin and Burke's.
Borgin and Burke.
But that's not a Diagon Alley, that's a Nocturne Alley. Borgin
yes,
and
yes,
Burke's. Borgin and Burke's. There you go. Number 6 is the Burrow.
Burrow.
The Burrow.
That-
Very
that
easy.
was the easier.
Number 7, we have, let's see.
12 is the first word.
12 Grimmauld Place.
Okay. That's
where
it.
Sirius lived. Yeah, 12 Grimmauld Place. And number 8, 4
For
Privet Drive. Okay, very good.
Very cool.
That was awesome. Oh, let's see. The first one was hard, and the third one, Ministry of Magic. Very well done. Excellent. I think Revelio worked.
Yes,
Yes.
that's it.
Revelio. Revelio.
Do you want to read something else, or
I think we should read a little bit more.
like another magic travel like in this book?
Oh, and Prisoner of Azkaban? Well, the cover has a travel, but this is not what we're going to read. We have Hermione and Harry on Buckbeak, but that's not what we're going to read. But that would be a cool travel, remember? When
Yes.
they escape with him
Yes.
and stuff? Yeah. Really nice, really nice. What are we going to read now? We're going to read chapter
3
3.
of the night
Oh,
books.
yeah, the night bus. I love the night bus. Night bus, night bus, night bus, night bus, night bus, night bus. We got
And
our
I
night
have
bus
my
ticket.
ticket.
Night bus, night bus, night bus. My Lego night bus is not ready. I think it's stored somewhere. Okay, I love the night bus. The night bus. And something I love about the night bus, it's also at the park, and you can chat with the talking head and with Stan Shunpike, and they are so fun. So fun.
What I love the most of that bus is that he can stretch out.
It gets like a pancake, like
Yes.
yeah, and it's curious because it's not invisible, but it goes so fast that
you
it's
cannot-
invisible.
yes.
So yeah.
A Muggle cannot see it.
Exactly. It's really. I love the color also. I mean, the
Yes.
purple tone of the night bus is beautiful. It's so beautiful. But you know, sometimes when I'm in the bus here, and some drivers are so fast, I feel like I'm in the night bus because you go like.
Yes.
So yeah, it's like the night bus. Okay, night bus. Let's go ahead and read.
Chapter 3
Chapter
of book number 3.
Chapter 3, The Night Bus, Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban. Okay, let's do it. There we go.
Yes.
I need to
It's
hydrate.
important. More butterbeer for our throat.
Okay. Chapter 3, The Night Bus. Harry was several streets away before he collapsed onto a low mall in Magnolia Crescent, panting from the effort of dragging his trunk. He sat quite still, anger still surging through him, listening to the frantic thumping of his heart. But after 10 minutes alone in the dark street, a new emotion overtook him. Panic. Whichever way he looked at, he had never been in a worse fix. He was stranded, quite alone and in a dark Muggle world, with absolutely nowhere to go. And the worst of it was, he had just done serious magic, which meant that he was almost certainly expelled from Hogwarts. He had broken the decree for the restriction of underage wizardry so badly, he was surprised Ministry of Magic representatives weren't swooping down on him where he sat. Harry shivered and looked up and down Magnolia Crescent. What was going to happen to him? Would he be arrested? Or would he be simply outlawed from the wizarding world? He thought about Ron and Hermione, and his heart sank even lower. Harry was sure that, criminal or not, Ron and Hermione would want to help him now, but they were both abroad, and with Hedwig gone, he had no means of contacting them. He didn't have any Muggle money either. There was a little wizard gold in the money bag at the bottom of his trunk, but the rest of the fortune his parents had left him was stored in a vault at Gringotts Wizarding Bank in London. He'd never be able to drag his trunk all the way to London unless... He looked down at his wand, which he was still clutching in his hand. If he was already expelled, his heart was now thumping painfully fast. A bit more magic couldn't hurt. He had the invisibility cloak he had inherited from his father. What if he bewitched the trunk to make it feather-light and tied it to his broomstick, covered himself in the cloak, and flew to London? Then he could get the rest of his money out of his vault and begin his life as an outcast. It was a horrible prospect, but he couldn't sit on this wall forever, or he'd find himself trying to explain to Muggle police why he was out in the dead of night with a trunk full of spell books and a broomstick. Harry opened his trunk again and pushed the contents aside, looking for the invisibility cloak. But before he had found it, he straightened up suddenly, looking around him once more. A funny prickling on the back of his neck had made Harry feel he was being watched. But the street appeared to be deserted, and no lights shone from any of the large square houses. He bent over his truck again, but almost immediately stood up once more, his hand clenched on his wand. He had sensed rather than heard it. Someone or something was standing in the narrow gap between the garage and the fence behind him. Harry squinted at the black alleyway. If only it would move, then he'd know whether it was just a stray cat or something else.
Lumos!
Harry muttered, and the light appeared at the end of his wand, almost dazzling him. He held it high over his head, and the pebble-dashed walls of number 2 suddenly sparkled. The garage door gleamed, and between them, Harry saw quite distinctly the hulking outline of something very big, with wide, gleaming eyes. Harry stepped backward. His legs hit his trunk, and he tripped. His wand flew out of his hand as he flung out an arm to break his fall, and he landed hard on the gutter. There was a deafening bang, and Harry threw up his hands to shield his eyes against the sun-blinding light. With a yell, he rolled back onto the pavement just in time. A second later, a gigantic pair of wheels and headlights screeched to a halt exactly where Harry had just been lying. They belonged, as Harry saw when he raised his head, to a triple-decker, violently purple bus which had appeared out of thin air. Gold lettering over the windshield spelled "The Night Bus." For a split second, Harry wondered if he had been knocked silly by his fall. Then a conductor in a purple uniform leapt out of the bus and began to speak loudly to the night. "Welcome to the Night Bus, emergency transport for the stranded witch or wizard. Just stick out your wand hand, step on board, and we can take you anywhere you want to go. My name is Stan Shunpike, and I will be your conductor this eve." The conductor stopped abruptly. He had just caught sight of Harry, who was still sitting on the ground. Harry snatched up his wand again and scrambled to his feet. Close up, he saw that Stan Shunpike was only a few years older than he was, 18 or 19 at most, with large, protruding eyes and quite a few pimples. "What were you doing down there?" said Stan, dropping his professional manner.
Fell over.
Said Harry. "'D'you fall over for?" sniggered Stan.
I didn't do it on purpose.
Said Harry, annoyed. One of the knees in his jeans was torn, and the hand he had thrown out to break his fall was bleeding. He suddenly remembered why he had fallen over and turned around quickly to stare at the alleyway between the garage and the fence. The night bus's headlamps were flooding it with light, and it was empty. "'Cha looking at?" said Stan.
There was a big black thing.
Said Harry, pointing uncertainly into the gap.
Like a dog, but massive.
He looked around at Stan, whose mouth was slightly open. With a feeling of unease, Harry saw Stan's eyes move to the scar on Harry's forehead. "What's that on your head?" said Stan abruptly.
Nothing.
Said Harry quickly, flattening his hair over his scar. If the Ministry of Magic was looking for him, he didn't want to make it too easy for them. "What's your name?" Stan persisted.
Neville Longbottom.
Said Harry, saying the first name that came into his head.
So this bus...
He went on quickly, hopping to distract Stan.
Did you say it goes anywhere?
"Yep," said Stan proudly. "Anywhere you like, long it's on land. Can't do nothing underwater. 'Ere," he said, looking suspicious again. "You did flag us down, didn't ya? Stuck at your wand, didn't ya?"
Yes.
Said Harry quickly.
Listen, how much would it be to get to London?
11 sickles, said Stan. "But for 15 you get old chocolate, and for 15 you get an old bottle of water, toothbrush, and the colour of your choice." Harry rummaged once more in his trunk, extracted his money and bag, and shoved some gold into Stan's hand. He and Stan then lifted his trunk. with Hedwig's cage balanced on top, up the steps of the bus. There were no seats. Instead, half a dozen brass bedsteads stood beside the curtained windows. Candles were burning in brackets beside each bed, illuminating the wood-paneled walls. A tiny wizard in a nightcap at the rear of the bus muttered,
"Not now, thanks. I'm pickling some slugs,"
and rolled over in his sleep. "You have this, won't?" Stan whispered, shoving Harry's trunk under the bed right behind the driver, who was sitting in an armchair in front of the steering wheel. "This is our driver, Ernie Prang. This is Neville Longbottom, Anne." Ernie Prang, an elderly wizard wearing very thick glasses, nodded to Harry, who nervously flattened his bangs again and sat down on his bed. "Take her away, Ern," said Stan, sitting down in the armchair next to Ernie's. There was another tremendous bang, and the next moment Harry found himself flat on his bed, thrown backward by the speed of the night bus. Pulling himself up, Harry stared out of the dark window and saw that they were now bowling along a completely different street. Stan was watching Harry's stunned face with great enjoyment. "This is where we was before you flagged us down," he said. "Where are we, Ern? Somewhere in Wales?"
Said
Ernie.
"How come the muggles don't hear the bus?"
Said Harry. "Them," said Stan contemptuously, "don't listen properly, do they? Don't look properly either. Never notice nothing, they don't."
"Best go to wake up Madame Marsh, Stan,"
said Ern.
"We'll be in Abergavenny in a minute."
Stan passed Harry's bed and disappeared up a narrow wooden staircase. Harry was looking out of the window, feeling increasingly nervous. Ernie didn't seem to have mastered the use of a steering wheel. The night bus kept mounting the pavement, but it didn't hit anything. Lines of lampposts, mailboxes, and trash cans jumped out of its way as it approached and back into position once it had passed. Stan came back downstairs, followed by a faintly green witch wrapped in a traveling cloak. "Here you go, Madam Marsh," said Stan happily as Ern stamped on the brake, and the beds slid a foot or so toward the front of the bus. Madam Marsh clamped a handkerchief to her mouth and tottered down the steps. Stan threw her bag out after he had rammed the doors shut. There was another loud bang, and they were thundering down a narrow country lane, trees leaping out of the way. Harry wouldn't have been able to sleep if he had been traveling on a bus that didn't keep banging loudly and jumping 100 miles an hour. His stomach churned as he fell back to wondering what was going to happen to him and whether the Dursleys had managed to get Aunt Marge off the ceiling yet. Stan had unfurled a copy of the Daily Prophet and was now reading with his tongue between his teeth. A large photograph of a sunken-faced man with long, matted hair blinked slowly at Harry from the front page. He looked strangely familiar.
"That man,"
Harry said, forgetting his troubles for a moment.
"He was on the Muggle news."
Stanley turned to the front page and chuckled. "Sirius Black," he said, nodding. "Course he was in the Muggle news, Neville. Where you been?" He gave a superior sort of chuckle at the blank look on Harry's face, removed the front page, and handed it to Harry. "You ought to read the papers more, Neville." Harry held the paper up to the candlelight and read.
"Black still at large. Sirius Black, possibly the most infamous prisoner ever to be held in Azkaban Fortress, is still eluding capture, the Ministry of Magic confirmed today. We are doing all we can to recapture Black," said the Minister of Magic, Cornelius Fudge, this morning, "and we beg the magical community to reclaim calm." Fudge has been criticized for some members of the International Federation of Warlocks for informing the Muggle Prime Minister of the crisis. "Well, really, I had to, don't you know," said an irritable Fudge. "Black is mad. He's a danger to anyone who crosses him, magic or Muggle. I have the Prime Minister's assurance that he will not breathe a word of Black's true identity to anyone. And let's face it, who'd believe him if he did? While Muggles have been told that Black is carrying a gun, a kind of metal one that Muggles use to kill each other, the magical community lives in fear of a massacre like that of 12 years ago, when Black murdered 13 people with a single course.
Harry looked into the shadowed eyes of Sirius Black, the only part of his sunken face that seemed alive. Harry had never met a vampire, but he had seen pictures of him in the Defense Against the Dark Arts classes, and Black, with his waxy white skin, looked just like one. "Scary looking thing, ain't it?" said Stan, who had been watching Harry read.
He murdered 13 people
Said Harry, handing the page back to Stan.
with one curse?
"Yup," said Stan, "in front of witnesses and all. Broad daylight. Big trouble it caused, didn't it, Ern?" Said Ern darkly. Stan swiveled in his armchair, his hands on the back, the better to not look at Harry. "Black was a big supporter of you-know-who," he said.
What, Voldemort?
Said Harry without thinking. Even Stan's pimples went white. Ern jerked the steering wheel so hard that a whole farmhouse had to jump aside to avoid the boss. "You out of your tree?" yelled Stan. "Just say his name for,"
Sorry,
said Harry hastily.
sorry, I forget.
"Forgot," said Stan weakly. "Blimey, my heart's going so fast."
So Black was a supporter of you-know-who?
Harry prompted apologetically. "Yeah," said Stan, still rubbing his chest. "Yeah, that's right. Very close to you-know-who, and they say anyone with a little Harry Potter got the better of you-know-who." Harry nervously flattened his bangs down again. "All of you-know-who's supporters was tracked down, wasn't they, Ern? Most of them knew it was all over, with you-know-who gone, and they came quiet, but not Sirius Black. I heard he thought he'd be second in command once you-know-who had taken over. Anyway, they cornered Black in the middle of a street full of muggles, and Black took out a wand and he blasted off the street apart, and a wizard got it, and so did a dozen muggles that got in the way. Horrible, eh? And you know what Black did then?" Stan continues in a dramatic whisper.
What?
Said Harry. "Laughed," said Stan. "Just stood there and laughed. And when reinforcement from the Ministry of Magic got there, he went with them. Quiet as anything, still laughing his head off, 'cause he mad, ain't he? Ain't he mad?"
If he weren't when he went to Azkaban, he will be known.
Said Ern in his slow voice.
I'd blow myself up before I set foot in that place. Serves him right, mind you, after what he did.
"They had a job covering up, didn't they, Ern?" Stan said. "Old Street blown up and all the muggles dead. What was it they said happened, Ern?"
Gas explosion.
Grunted Ernie. "And now is out," said Stan, examining the newspaper picture of Black's gaunt face again. "Never been a breakout from Azkaban before, has there, Ern? Beats me how he did it. Frightening, eh? Mind, I don't fancy his chances against Azkaban guards, eh, Ern?" Ernie suddenly shivered.
Talk about summertales. Stan, there's a good lad. Them Azkaban guards give me the collivables.
Stan put the paper away reluctantly, and Harry leaned against the window of the night bus, feeling worse than ever. He couldn't help imagining what Stan might be telling his passengers in a few nights' time. "Hear about that, Harry Potter? Blew up his aunt. We had him here on the night bus, didn't we, Ern? He was trying to run for it." He, Harry, had broken wizard law just like Sirius Black. Was inflating Aunt Marge bad enough to land him in Azkaban? Harry didn't know anything about the wizard prison, though everyone he'd heard ever speak about it would be in a same fearful tone. Hagrid, the Hogwarts gamekeeper, had spent 2 months there only last year. Harry wouldn't soon forget the look of terror on Hagrid's face when he had been told where he was going, and Hagrid was one of the bravest people Harry knew. The night bus rolled through the darkness, scattering bushes and wastebaskets, telephone booths and trees, and Harry lay restless and miserable on his feather bed. After a while, Stan remembered that Harry had paid for hot chocolate, but poured it all over Harry's pillow when the bus moved abruptly from Engelbert to Aberdeen. One by one, wizards and witches in dressing gowns and slippers descended from the upper floors to leave the bus. They all looked very pleased to go. Finally, Harry was the only passenger left. "Right then, Neville," said Stan, clapping his hands. "Whereabouts in London?"
Diagon Alley.
Said Harry. Righto, said Stan. Hold tight then. Bang! They were thundering along Charing Cross Road. Harry sat up and watched buildings and benches squeezing themselves out of the night bus's way. The sky was getting a little lighter. He would lie low for a couple of hours, go to Gringotts the moment it opened, then set off. Where? He didn't know. Ern slammed on the brakes and the night bus skidded to a halt in front of a small and shabby-looking pub, the Leaky Cauldron, behind which lay the magical entrance to Diagon Alley.
Thanks.
Harry said to Ern. He jumped down the steps and helped Stan lower his trunk and Hedwig's cage onto the pavement.
Well,
said Harry.
bye then.
But Stan wasn't paying attention. Still standing in the doorway to the bus, he was goggling at the shadowy entrance to the Leaky Cauldron.
Ooh.
The Leaky Cauldron!
So that was the really amazing traveling in the night bus.
Apparently it's a nightmare because it's so fast and it moves and shakes and they drop hot chocolate in your pillow. So,
And there are strange people in there.
well, just like in any bus.
Well, that's true.
Yeah, but Stan Shunpike ended up being a Death Eater, so I mean...
Would you like to taste some Bertie Bot?
Oh yeah, let's do Bertie Bots, of course.
What flavor do you prefer?
Oh, I like lime, but it's just there are so many disgusting ones,
Yes.
like dirt.
I don't know what is in here, but take one.
What if it's like... No, what if it's earwax?
Maybe.
This is really good. It tastes like sugar,
Yes.
like glazing.
Maybe I have the same good luck.
You try.
I hope it's not vomit. Oh, it's a brown one.
Oh, maybe it's dirt.
Farm dirt?
Ah.
Well, it's not that bad. But let's taste it. It's a good one. It's like cinnamon.
Okay, that's weird. Let's try another one.
Are you sure these are really
Yeah.
Bertie Bots?
Okay, maybe this one is vomit. It's pretty white and like with marks. This is like strawberry.
So they are all nice.
They're real delicious.
Well, maybe they think about that and fabric new flavors.
You mean they took away all the bad ones?
Yes. Or maybe someone took the bad ones before us.
I think maybe I bought the wrong ones. Yeah. I think these are donut flavored.
Oh,
So they're all good actually.
they are all good.
Yeah.
That's why.
That's why. Well, better than
Yes.
having earwax
Yes.
and dirt and vomit and boogers.
I thought you buy this in the night bus.
The night, no, they don't
No.
sell those there. No.
Okay.
Honeydukes, always honeydukes. Okay, so I think we should talk about magical creatures.
Yes, it's time to.
Do you have your... Oh no, I have it.
Yes.
Okay, this is gonna be like a little game. I'm gonna show you a picture, and you tell me what it is.
Okay.
And then we're gonna talk about, can you write that? Can you move using that creature or no?
Okay.
Is it a good transportation? Yes or no? And you guys can tell us too. Is it a good transportation? Yes or no? So let's begin. I'm going to show you like 10. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Let's start. What is What is this?
It's a Cornish pixie.
It is a Cornish pixie. Very good. I'll get a little bit closer to the camera so that muggles, wizards, witches, werewolves, whatever you are, can see. Yes, it is a Cornish pixie. Correct. So, do you think this is a good transportation method?
Well, for me, I will need like 100 because I'm very heavy. I suppose they can be attached to a person, but smaller, like in the movie.
Yeah, they do fly, which is I mean, if it can fly, it can probably transport you. I remember they take Neville by his ears, and it's not a lot of them. It's like 2 or 3, and
So they are very
they're very strong. Yeah, they're
strong.
tiny like this, but they're very strong apparently. So, and mischievous as well. So
Yes.
if they're like decided to move you from one place to another, they're gonna do it. So maybe not a good transportation method because they don't listen.
Yes.
They're just nasty, and that's
So
it.
you cannot tell them, give, ride me to some place.
Exactly.
Mhm.
Okay, let's try another one. What is this?
Oh, that's an hippogriff.
That's a hippogriff. That's correct. Is this a good transportation method?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is, and we saw it with 3 or 4 people ride them.
Well, Harry, Hermione, Sirius Black, probably somebody else. I don't know. Could he carry Hagrid? Hagrid's really heavy, but maybe he can ride him.
I think yes.
Maybe.
Just have it. It's possible.
Just Hagrid, that's right. So a hippogriff, and you can domesticate these, like Hagrid and
Yes.
Harry kind of
Yes.
let us know.
Yes,
You
yes.
can domesticate hippogriffs, so they are reliable.
A good,
yeah,
yes.
yeah.
Mhm.
Okay, let's try another one. Let's try, what is some, Okay, what is, what is this?
A dragon. I don't remember
This
the
one,
name.
this one
It's
is a Ukrainian iron belly.
Ukrainian.
Ukrainian iron belly. That's right. The one that guards the vaults at the bottom of Gringotts.
Yes, and the one who takes out
Ron, Harry, and
Ron,
Hermione.
Harry,
Well, I
yes.
mean, he doesn't take them
but
out.
move them.
Moves them exactly
Uh,
because dragons are fearful. I mean, I mean they. I don't know if you can tame them. Well, Charlie is Charlie, Ron's brother, who works with dragons in Romania.
Yes.
I mean, you can work with dragons, but it's kind of hard to domesticate them. So like,
So it's dangerous.
it's dangerous. But they are very fast and very efficient. So,
It's a good but risky main of transportation.
exactly. Okay, let's try. Oh, what is this?
The centaur.
Centaurs, exactly. Centaurs. What do you think about centaurs as transportation
Well, they
methods?
can transportate maybe one person, but because they are so friendly sometimes, I wouldn't be so comfortable asking them to transport me.
Yeah, I think they're not friendly at all. They're
No?
not friendly. No. I think the only friendly centaur, and he was chastised for it, was
The one
Firenze,
yes.
who was friends with Harry and Hagrid, and he was a teacher at Hogwarts even. But he's like the only friendly centaur that at least that was seen in the Harry Potter series.
But maybe in an emergency.
I mean, they do take Umbridge away, so they're moving Umbridge
Yes.
with them, but I don't think it's like a good option.
Yes,
Not a good option.
neither do I.
Okay, let's try another one. What is this?
Oh, the basilisk.
A basilisk!
It's more risky than the dragon, I suppose.
I mean, imagine like you're gonna ride the basilisk and you turn into stone.
Yeah,
So it's like,
you must
Fail.
be petrified. Yeah.
Yeah, fail. This one's a
No,
fail, and
no.
these are super aggressive,
Yes.
and they're not common even, so it's definitely not a good transportation. No. No, 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 no. No, no, no. Okay. Oh no! 1 second. I closed it. Okay. Okay. Okay, the next one. What is this?
Fox, a phoenix.
A phoenix. There we go. We have our own phoenix right here. Fox. Hi, Fox. So, is this a good transportation?
Yes, it is. And it's reliable. And it's strong.
It's strong. Yeah, that's right. When at the end of Chamber of Secrets, Fox carries Ginny, Harry, Ron, and Professor Lockhart
Yes.
flying
4 people.
out of the chamber.
4 adults.
4 adults. Well, I mean, they're kids still.
Well,
But like
but they are
good sized people something. Yeah. So good transportation, and they're very nice. I mean they're rare,
friendly.
but they are friendly and they're loyal.
Yes.
So okay, that's good. You can rely on them. Yeah. Okay, let's try another one. Oh, this one's really cool. What is this?
The thestral.
A thestral, that's right.
But I am not sure if you can ride them.
You can. Remember in the 5th movie, I believe, Luna, Ginny, Neville,
that's
Ron,
true.
Harry,
They
and Hermione
ride the
ride thestrals to the
thestrals.
Ministry of
Yes,
Magic.
yes, yes.
So they are, it's just, if you can't see it, you're going to be super scared of riding something invisible, which
Yes.
is what happened to the other guys.
Yes.
But if you see it, I mean, it's just like a horse with wings.
That's true.
It's sort of like a black skull
I
horse.
was thinking in the people who doesn't see them.
People who don't see them are going to be super scared and maybe don't know what to like grab or how to not fall. But I think it's a cool transportation method, and apparently they're friendly enough. So yeah, that's good. Okay, we have 3 more. What is this?
Aragog. This is acromantula.
Acromantula, correct. This is an acromantula.
It's dangerous.
Dangerous. I don't think Aragog even transported Hagrid. I mean, let's think of it this way. If Hagrid had been in danger in the Forbidden Forest, do you think Aragog would have transported him somewhere else?
Probably.
Hagrid, specifically Hagrid.
Probably yes.
Yeah, okay. But for example, somebody else? No.
No.
He wanted to
Unless
eat Harry
Hagrid
and
ask for it.
I don't know, because Ron and Harry, when they went to see Aragog, they said they were friends of Hagrid, and he was like, "Oh, Hagrid, oh, I'm still gonna eat you." Like, okay,
So
bro.
It's not a good transportation.
Not a good transportation, although they're very strong. But they're also, if they transport you, they're probably gonna like cover you in cobwebs,
Yeah.
so you're not gonna breathe.
Yeah, probably.
Okay, we have 2 more. What is this? Oh no, hold on. It's tiny. What is this?
Oh, Dobby, a house elf.
A house elf. There we go.
Well, Dobby, it's like a porky.
I mean, house elves can apparate, and they can take you with them. So, which actually Dobby does
Yes,
several
yes.
times. So, I mean, they are reliable. They're
Yes,
very good transportation methods. Yeah.
But it's like a porky because he takes you and then you operate in other place.
Yeah. 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 So
It's a living porky.
I mean, portkeys are timed. I mean, if you miss them,
Yes,
you miss them.
I know.
But these can do it whenever they want, so they're even better. So
Okay.
I think that this is probably the best
The
way.
best.
Yeah, and the safest one.
Unreliable.
Yeah. Because they know how to apparate, not like a wizard that doesn't really know how to do it.
Yes.
We just read it in the other book, and like half legs here, arms here, so you don't have that problem.
Yes, yes.
Okay, and the last one.
Oh, Hedwig, the owl. Yeah. But I don't think he can transportate people, just objects.
Yeah, just objects. And not very heavy objects.
Yes.
Because they usually, just move cards and letters around, scrolls. Well, the broom,
Yes.
the Nimbus 2000
Mhm.
was brought by an owl. But that's about it. I mean, nothing heavier than that. So, not a good transportation
No.
for yourself,
No.
but maybe for
For-
objects.
To send things.
Exactly. Or letters, communication. Yeah, that's a good option. Okay. So the winner would be, I think my vote, it's just, I really like the hippogriff, but you need to be ready to domesticate it. The house elf is a little bit easier to tend to.
Yes.
So maybe the house elf is the best
I
option.
vote for him
Yeah,
too.
both.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Nice. Wonderful. Got it.
So, well, we are almost done.
We're almost done.
We
yeah.
have another trivia.
We have a trivia left and
Something with for Anglia.
we can do that.
We brought these pieces of Lego to complete this model. It belongs to a bigger set, but because we talk about for Anglia in today's activity, we thought it would be nice trying to complete the car.
Yep.
And we can do that at the same time of the trivia.
Of the trivia, yeah, because the trivia could be, we're going to read the questions. You can answer if you know the answers. And, yep, that's pretty much it. So, again, I'm going to do a close-up of the pieces. We have all the pieces right here. And we have Harry and Ron. By the way, this is an old Lego set, not the new one of number 4 Privet Drive. This is the old one, like from the 2000. It's from 2003 or something, 2004, 2003 or something. Don't remember exactly. Okay, so what you're gonna?
Well, I can begin
Okay.
while you read the trivia.
But maybe try doing it a little bit more open so that they can see you building it. Like that, like.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and read the trivia then. Harry Potter trivia, Harry Potter trivia. Trivia, trivia, trivia. What's the page for the trivia? 28, right? Oh no. There it is. Okay. So let's do trivia. Who said it? We already did it. There we go. So this is the last trivia for today. Magical Journeys quiz, questions and answers. Test your knowledge in this magical journey themed quiz. Arrange your guests into teams, or you guys are one team, or no teams. No teams. And then just answer the ones that you know. Okay, so are you going to answer?
Yes, I may.
Okay, so question number 1. Where is the entrance to Diagon Alley? Where is the entrance to Diagon Alley? It's very easy. We already read it in the last chapter. At the last part of the last chapter we read. Nope.
Nope.
Okay, so the entrance is through the leaky cauldron. At the
Yes.
back, the bricks, you have to touch them in a specific way and it will open up. So yeah, at the back of the leaky cauldron. Okay. Number
Maybe
2.
I cannot think while I'm making
Multitasking. Yeah. Yes, the leaky cauldron, the restaurant, the bar, the restaurant. That's right. Okay, Number 2. What fantastic flying beast did Draco Malfoy insult in his first Care of Magical Creatures class? What magical creature did Draco Malfoy insult? We already mentioned it before. You need to read the books again. It doesn't hurt to read again. It's really nice. Hippogriff. Good. Excellent. Very good. Here's to you. Hippogriff is correct. Okay. Number 3. If you stick out your wand arm to the curb, what magical method of transport will appear? If you stick your wand arm to the curb, what method of transportation will appear? We read about it again.
Oh my God.
We know the answer.
No, I forgot.
No?
The night bus.
The night bus. You need to stick out your wand arm and the night bus will come to you. Yes. Is it Wingardium Leviosa or Leviosa? It's Wingardium Leviosa.
Yes.
That's right. The night bus. Very good. Okay. Next one. Number 4. What magical tree do Harry and Ron crash into when they fly the Ford Anglia to Hogwarts? The Ford Anglia to Hogwarts. What's the name of the magical tree? Magical tree.
The willow. The.
The
Whomping willow.
The sauce boxeador. Yes. The whomping willow. The whomping willow. Correct. Correct. Okay. Number 5. What enchanted method of transport does Hagrid use to take baby Harry to the Dursleys? We talked about it too.
Easy. You told.
Uh-huh.
It's the flying motorcycle.
The flying motorbike. Yes. Sirius Black's flying motorbike. Very good. Okay, number 6. Which professor takes Harry on his first ever side-along apparition?
It was Dumbledore.
Yes, it was Dumbledore. Very good. I think when they went to retrieve one of the Horcruxes from the cavern. Yes, they did apparition. Yes. You got the motorbike. Excellent. Very, very good. That's correct. Okay. Number 7. Who does Hagrid journey into the mountains with in search of giants? Who is the person that comes with Hagrid to the mountains?
The tall woman from Baton
Rouge.
Maxime.
Baton Rouge? No. Beaubaton. Yeah. Madame Maxime or Maxime or whatever. Yes, Beaubaton. Exactly. Madame Maxime or Maxime. Olympe. Maxime, probably. Yes. Because she's also a half giant.
Yes.
So, yeah, they went together. Okay. Who does Professor Umbridge attempt to catch Harry speaking to in the Gryffindor fireplace? Who does Harry speak to through the Gryffindor fireplace? And that's why she controls the Floo Powder network, which was in a previous question.
Yes, that was Sirius.
That was Sirius Black. Yes, he was trying to talk to Sirius Black. Box Baton. Box Baton.
Box Baton.
Yeah, it's pronounced like bull baton. Bull baton.
I almost said Baton Rouge.
Baton Rouge. No. Bull baton. Bull baton. Okay. Okay. Harry's first time flying is when he tries to retrieve something Draco Malfoy has taken from Neville Longbottom. What is it? What did Draco take from Neville Longbottom? Remembrance, very good.
Okay.
Well, it's actually the remembrel, which we have right here. Right now, it has white smoke, so I haven't forgotten anything. But yeah, if it turns red, I'm forgetting something. So luckily, we're not forgetting anything right now. So yes, the remembrel, exactly. Okay, one more. Harry ends up in the wrong place the first time Harry uses flu powder. Where does he accidentally end up? In what chimney does he appear?
In the books and
Uh-huh. It was before? We said the name before?
yes, I know. Borgin and book.
Borgin and Burkes. Borgin and Burkes. On, which is in Nocturne Alley. Exactly, very good. Okay, we got those 10 ready. Yeah, you should read the books in English. Of course, they're super cool in English. Plus, you can read it with like the British accent and it's really cool. So that's nice. Okay. Bonus, how's that coming along?
Well, I'm advancing,
Okay.
but I still need to work a little more.
Okay, I'm going to keep going with the questions.
Okay.
Bonus quiz for superfans. We have 10 more.
Okay.
All right. It says for superfans, so it's probably kind of hard. On their first trip on the Hogwarts Express, Hermione watches Ron attempt to perform a spell that doesn't work. What was the spell meant to do? Can you remember the words?
Wow.
I don't remember it like 100%. I know the ending of the spell, but I don't remember the whole spell. Do you remember the spell? Maybe in Spanish? Doesn't matter. It has to do with scabbers. That's a hint. It has to do with scabbers.
It's something
Turn.
like,
Yeah, she got it. Turn Ron's rat into a yellow rat. Exactly. And this is how the spell goes. It was meant to turn scabbers yellow. So the spell is Sunshine Daisies Butter Mellow. Turn the stupid fat red yellow. And it doesn't work. Har har. Okay, very nice. Oh, in Spanish. Rayo de sol dorado, color de la margarita, convertida esta rata en amarilla. I didn't know
En
it in
español.
Spanish. No me lo sabía en español. Color de la margarita. Y olé. Convertida esta rata en amarilla. Muy bueno, muy bueno. Okay. Okay. At the end of their third year, Harry and Hermione travel back in time to save Buckbeak and Sirius. How many turns of the time turner do they make to go back to the right time?
like almost 3.
Yes, that's right, 3. And we have our time turner right here.
Please, could you repeat the answer?
Oh no. And yeah, the answer is 3. Yes, 3 times to our time turner right here, for example. Yeah, that's right. Okay, let's see. Number 3. Luna Lovegood can see Thestrals because she has witnessed death. Whose death has she seen and how did they die? Who did Luna see die? That's pretty much it.
It was her mother,
Her mother, correct.
but I don't remember how she
Yes.
died.
Her mother died when an experimental spell went wrong. Because, you know, the Lovegoods are a little crazy. All of them.
Are scientists.
Yeah, they're like, exactly. They're like hippie scientists.
Well, yeah.
So, Luna's mother was, you know, she liked to experiment with spells and something went wrong and, well, she died accidentally. Ricardo is in the house. Ricardo in the house. Okay, Ricardo, you have to guess. You have to guess the trivia. Or your house is not getting any points. Okay. So let's see. I'll shoot you another question. I know you don't know a lot about Harry Potter, but you should start somewhere. So okay. Okay. It costs 11 sickles for Harry to get from Little Whinging to London on the night bus. It costs 13 for something extra and 15 for something else. What are the extras? We just read it.
Hot chocolate.
Uh-huh. 13 for hot chocolate and 15 for gummies. No gummies. No gummies in the night bus. No, not chocolate frogs. Not this. Not hot chocolate. Hot chocolate like the drink, not chocolate frogs. Give us gummies. We have Birdie Bots right here. But they all have good flavors. So they're not disgusting, which is nice. But yeah. Okay. So, for 15, you get a hot water bottle and a toothbrush in the color of your choice.
A toothbrush?
In the color of your choice. Useful. Okay. In their 5th year, Fred and George Weasley pushed the Slytherin Quidditch captain into the vanishing cabinet. Where does he turn up? Honestly, I don't know this one. I have no idea. So the answer, do you have any idea?
No.
The answer is the Slytherin Quidditch captain appeared jammed inside a toilet on the 4th floor of Hogwarts. I don't remember that. Have no recollection of ever reading that, but I suppose it's in the books. So, okay, valid. In the bathroom. In the bathroom. You got it. You get 100 points for what's your house? What house are you from? Are you like from Failfindor? Failfindor? He's from Hufflepuff. Okay, 100 points for Hufflepuff. Got it. That's nice. I can't believe you knew that one. I mean, obviously it was like luck.
I forgot one piece.
Oh no. One piece. What could it be? What could it be? This is how it's looking so far. What piece did you forget?
This grace. This. I don't have it.
Oh, okay. Okay. Right, you're from Ravenclaw, right? You're a Ravenclaw? You have, I think, 300 points so far. 300 points for Ravenclaw, I think.
Here they are.
Whoops. Whoops. Okay. All right. Oh, that was it. That was this. Yeah, you have to. No, you have to. You can't leave it on. You have to like. Where's that?
Well.
Okay. You have to. Yeah. Okay. Let's go. Next question. Who initially broke the vanishing cabinet? Who broke the vanishing cabinet, which is in the room of requirement? I mean, it's easy to guess, but I didn't remember.
Draco?
Okay, Draco over here. Who broke it? Voldemort. No! Voldemort, okay. Draco, Voldemort. Tom Riddle. Voldemort and Tom Riddle are the same person. It's like saying, I don't know. No, that's not the answer. So it's Peeves, the poltergeist, actually. He was the one who broke it, which makes sense because Peeves is always fooling around and doing stupid stuff, so it makes sense that it was Peeves. Yeah. Who is Peeves? Not Peeves. Peeves. Peeves, the poltergeist.
Peeves.
It's some, I mean, it's a spirit that annoys people at Hogwarts. That's Peeves. It's just you don't see him in the movies for some reason, but he is all over the books. So, yeah. Exactly, the annoying ghost. There you go. Okay. Okay, we just said this one a couple of times before this moment. What breed of dragon lives inside Gringotts Bank? What breed of dragon lives inside Gringotts Bank? It's right, that one over there. And it's this one over here. What is this species called? Black dragon. It's not even black, it's white. It's like silver. It's this one right here. What's that species called? Ridgeback, Norwegian ridgeback. Good guess, but it's not a Norwegian ridgeback. It's another one. It's from somewhere in Europe. Trying to give a hint. It's from somewhere in Europe, and it has a like metallic belly. No, it's a hard one. It's a Ukrainian iron belly. Ukrainian iron belly. But a good guess with negative points for Gryffindor. She's not even a Gryffindor. She's a Ravenclaw. -10. No, it's fine. It's fine. You don't get -10 if you fail. Okay. We have 3 more. 3 more. Inside the room of doors in the Ministry of Magic, Hermione casts a spell to mark the incorrect doors with a fiery X. What is the spell? It's right here. What is the spell to mark doors with an X? I believe the spell is right here. Nope, it's not here. Ah, here it is. I found it. Let me give you a little glimpse. Did you see it? No, too fast. It's one of these 4. Which one is it? It's one of those 4. It was used to mark X's on the doors. Let's see. So Ricardo says fumos, and Gabs, which one do you say? Flagrate, fumos, herbivores, or hominum revelio? Spellicentronus, what the hell? So it's not fumos, it's another one. It's actually flagrate. Hominus rebellio. It's flagrate. Flagrate is used to create lines of fire, which can be used to write or draw in the air. So it makes lines of fire and you can write something. Very useful. I think it's a nice spell. The other ones, fumos, like flagrate. Fumos, like Ricardo said, is used to create a defensive cloud of smoke. And hominum revelio is used to reveal human presence. I think they use it in, at some point, to see if there's anybody hiding. I think in, oh yeah, at 12 Grimmauld Place, at Sirius Black's house, well, apartment or whatever. They use it to see if there are any Death Eaters hiding or anything. There we go. So flagrate, to write with fire. Okay. There is a secret passageway from Hogwarts to Honeyduke's sweet shop in Hogsmeade. Where is the hidden entrance to the Hogwarts side of the passageway? I remember this one. Where is the hidden entrance to the Hogwarts side of the passageway to Honeyduke's? In Hogwarts. Obviously, but like where? Where? In Hogwarts. Don't remember exactly where, okay. Ricardo, you obviously don't know. Obviously, like I don't even have to ask. How's that coming along? Fine?
Almost finished.
Almost finished. Okay. Can I show it?
Yes.
Okay. There you go. Okay, so this one's a difficult one. So he says at Hagrid's hut, there's a... Hagrid's hut is outside. This entrance is inside the castle, okay? Inside the castle. So it's through the hump of a statue of a humpbacked, one-eyed witch on the third floor corridor. I don't remember the name of the statue. I think it's like Cross-eyed Bart or something like that. I don't remember the name exactly, but it's through a statue. And I think Fred and George show that to Harry, the way to Hogsmeade, because Harry was, well, he didn't have the permission slip to go to Hogsmeade, so they showed him that with the Marauders map. So yeah. Yes, yes, that's a difficult one. Okay, we have one last question. This one's really hard. I don't know this one. Okay. In his sixth year, Ron attempts to pass his apparition exam but fails. What part of himself does he leave behind when he apparates? I'm going to give you a hint because it's difficult. It's some part of his face. So it's not an arm, not a leg, not a foot, not a toe. No. Something in his face he leaves behind. No idea? I don't remember this either. Okay, so he leaves behind half an eyebrow. Half, not even the whole eyebrow. No, half an eyebrow. Imagine having like half an eyebrow like this, like, yo, what's up? I can see that as a trend nowadays. People kind of like shaving off half the eyebrow. The tongue. He's like, hi, I'm a whisper. I can't talk. I don't have a tongue. That's terrible. But yeah, it could be. Okay. Oh, that's almost done, right?
Yes, almost.
Almost done. What are we missing here? Just a few details. Okay. Looking fine. It's pretty cool. We're almost done with the Lego build. All right, no problem, of course. Thank you so much for participating in this one. And you got more points than Ricardo because, well, because yes. Okay, so we got down the questions. We have a few more here. Since we're building Lego, so I'm gonna go ahead with the Lego ones. We have a couple of questions. Oh, I can't see them.
Just the last page.
Just the last page? Wow. Okay, nice. Okay, we have a short quiz here. You lose for leaving. Please don't go. Okay. Number 1. You start the school day levitating feathers in Professor Flitwick's Charms class. Do you know how to say the spell correctly? Is it A, Wigiwoodum Levosa, B, Levitatum Wiggleduda, or C, Wingardium Leviosa? Which one is it? That one's pretty easy. Which one's correct? B? Are you kidding me? It's not B, it's C. B is Levitatum Wiggleduda.
I am done.
You're done? Oh, nice. We have the Flying Ford Anglia ready. Wiggle, wiggle,
Made with
levitity.
Lego.
Wiggle, wiggle,
You
levitity.
see it?
I think, yeah, maybe you can put it like horizontal. Yeah. Or kind of like turn it around.
Yes, I will do it.
It's pretty cool. And we have Harry and Ron and Hedwig also.
Give me Ron to put it here.
Oh no, Ron, we've missed the platform 9 3/4 entrance to the Hogwarts Express. Oh, Harry, we should fly the car to Hogwarts. Oh yes, Ron, let's do it. He doesn't fit because you need to open the door.
Let's open the door.
Stupid one. Stupid one.
With the one.
And
of
Hedwig,
course-
Hedwig. Yes. We need Hedwig.
And of course, the window that they broke is
Right.
here.
You're right. That's right.
Well,
Okay, so yeah, so it's not wiggly wiggly levititi, and it's not levitatum wiggle duda either. No, yeah. It's pretty cool. Nice
Yes.
car, nice build. Excellent. Got it. Okay. Just one last question before we finish, since we are done with the model. What do you need for repotting mandrake seedlings? You need to remember A, your earmuffs, B, your goggles, or C, your crystal ball.
yes,
Dooda.
you're
Yeah. Earmuffs, not earmugs. Imagine an earmug, like earmug. Earmuffs. Yes, earmuffs. That's right. Okay, well, we have two more. Let's just do them because they're super quick. Okay, so for transfiguration with Professor McGonagall, which of these spells belongs in the Transfiguration spellbook? A, Expelliarmus, B, 1, 2, 3, Veraverto, or C, Expecto Patronum? Transfiguration.
Veraverto.
Repeat the question. Which of these three spells is a transfiguration spell? Expelliarmus, 1, 2, 3, Veraverto, Expecto Patronum. Transfigurations. Spelliartus. No. First, it's Expelliarmus. We practiced that a while ago. It's Spelliarmus. Spelliarmus. And no, it's not Expelliarmus. Spartacus. Transfiguration is when you change one thing into another, when you transfigure something. So when you use 1, 2, 3, Veraverto, you transform an animal into a cup to drink. So yeah. It's a figuration that was male and became female. It's not option A, it's option B. 1, 2, 3, Roberto. Option C is not killing. Option C is expecto patronum, to repel the Dementors. It's not Avada Kedavra, it's expecto patronum. Expecto patronum! Dementors, fly away. Yeah. Okay, last question, and that's the end. For potions, which of these ingredients could you use to make polyjuice potion? A. Unicorn horn and bezoar. B. Flubberworm mucus and valerian. C. Boomslang skin and somebody's hair.
The last one.
Option
Because
C.
I remember the hair.
Repeat the question. Are you not listening?
Yeah, repeat the question.
Okay.
Who?
Okay. Okay. So for potions class, which of these ingredients could you use to make a polyjuice potion? Unicorn horn and bezoar, flubberworm mucus and valerian, boomslang skin and somebody's hair. What's a polyjuice? Oh my goodness. You know what? Minus 1,000 points for your Hogwarts house,
It's
whatever
the
that
third
is.
one.
Maicena y papelón. That would certainly make it taste better, I think. But yeah. Polyjuice potion is the potion that you use to transform into somebody else. Like when Harry and Ron transformed to Crabbe and Goyle.
And Hermione.
And Hermione failed and she transformed into like a cat lady thing because she...
But then she was the witch.
Bellatrix Lestrange, yeah.
And it was
because they used it again, but they knew how to use it when they were older. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, the hair one, exactly. Pasitas y onoto. Pasitas y onoto. Oh my god. Yeah, okay. So you know what? You got it. You got it. Excellent. Good job. Good job. Good job. Okay. So, I think that's the end for today. I do have one last thing for you guys. It's a diploma. Congratulations for participating in Harry Potter Book Night with us today. This is your certificate. I hope you like it. No refunds. Congratulations on obtaining like minus 1,050 points for your house. But yeah, thank you for tagging along, participating in the trivia, and watching us drink butterbeer and build a Lego model and read and talk about Harry Potter.
It was a pleasure to share with you.
Can I put it on my LinkedIn profile? You sure can. I don't know if it's... Oh my god, it's peeling off. I don't know if it's worth anything, but it's worth for us. So
probably for working in the park.
Probably for working, yeah, like at Harry Potter something. Do you think there's going to be another Harry Potter movie? Well, I mean, Fantastic Beasts, I think is missing 2 or 3 more. So there's that. And I've heard of rumors of, people saying that...
Story of Voldemort.
Yeah, no, like they want to do, for example, The Cursed Child as a movie, not as a theater play. And the actors are pretty willing to, like, do it, but I don't know if it's going to happen. I mean, it's just a rumor, typical rumor that comes out, so I don't know. Yeah, so that's that. Well, anyway, thank you so much for watching us today, and I hope you enjoyed Harry Potter Book Night. We'll do it again next year, I guess, and
have a good night.
Have a good night, or evening, or afternoon, or whatever.
Depending on where you live.
Exactly. So anyway, Now they're angry with the writer. Oh yeah, let's not talk about that because it's annoying. But yeah, for me, they can make all the Harry Potter content they want. I'm waiting for the game, the video game that's been delayed like 1 or 2 years already. I do want to play that one. But other than that, I don't know. I mean, Fantastic Beasts movies.
They can make a movie with Harry's and Ron sons and
Yeah,
maybe
or
another
I mean,
story,
oh,
another
there's
bad person.
there's a movie that a lot of people are kind of like praying for them to make, which is about the Marauders.
Mhm.
Lupin, James, Sirius, and Peter. I mean, people really want a movie about the Marauders.
It's like a prequel.
Like a prequel,
yeah.
exactly, a prequel. And I think it has a lot of potential. We could see young Snape and young Lily and other probably,
Yeah.
I mean,
young Dumbledore.
yeah, young Dumbledore, well, like in Fantastic Beasts. And I mean, I think that has a lot of potential. I would see that for
I
sure.
would too.
Oof. Yeah. Computer game. What's your favorite Harry Potter character? It's not a computer game. It's a video game for Xbox, PlayStation, etc. The new one.
My favorite is Harry Potter.
Ricardo's favorite one is Professor Snape. Good choice. Good choice.
Hers is Draco Malfoy.
No, I mean he's my second husband, but no, I mean no, he's not my favorite. My favorite is probably like Sirius or
Bellatrix.
no, not Bellatrix.
I'm very classic.
I really
Harry
like
Potter first, second Hermione.
third run. Yeah. And Ricardo says my least favorite is Dumbledore because Dumbledore used Harry. Dumbledore is kind of like,
yeah,
but at the same time he's like, oh.
but I hated Snape all the 6 books, and then I loved him in the 7th book.
Exactly. He says, David says, to be fair, Harry was kind of dumb. He wouldn't have made it like on his own, right? Harry was a little clueless. I mean, yes, especially from like Hermione. I mean, and well, Dumbledore kind of like pushed him into things also. So yeah, he was like such a careless, like he was just in life like I don't give a thing about life. He was just like
he was born stand up, as they say. Yes.
He was a bit dumb and suicidal. Harry's suicidal? I don't know. His favorite character is Filch. Mrs. Norris.
Oh, Professor Quidditch.
Professor Quirrell. Professor Quirrell. Yeah, Professor Quirrell. Well, I mean,
well, Voldemort is a big character.
I wonder if anyone's favorite character is Umbridge.
No.
I don't think so. She's so horrible, yeah. But yeah. He would keep looking for Voldemort. Oh yeah, because yeah. Well, I mean, he knew the prophecy. I mean, he had to fight against Voldemort. So yeah. Okay, well, anyway, thank you so much once again. I'll do other Harry Potter streams and we can discuss further all these topics that you're talking about. But for now, our magical journey of today has come to an end. So thank you so much, everybody, and we will see you later. Bye. Oh no, my microphone. Whoops.
Alohomora.
Hello, Mora.